For CNN Cap News, I'm Brent Arseman. Today I'm joined by Francis Gaskin, president of IPOdesktop.com, the man who has the pulse on the IPO world, for lack of a better term. You're one of the most widely quoted IPO analysts around. I mean, the list goes on. Wall Street Journal, Bloomberg TV. Just saw you on Bloomberg TV talking about the GM IPO. Reuters, Associated Press. One, I want to thank you for being here. From my perspective, for CNN Cap News, you know what I want to try to do is bring the market to our clients, to the investors, to change their mind, their focus about the bad in the market, because you know our marketplace right now is not very good. In your opinion, as far as the marketplace is concerned, whether it be IPOs, whether it be microcap infrastructures, what would you say to an investor as far as what they should look at in regards to a potential investment opportunity?
Well, Brent, that's a very good question, and you know, I get that question a lot from the media, from the IPO analysts, whether it's written or cable TV, and they're saying, Francis, what criteria do you look at when you look at an IPO? Because the IPO can be very, the S1 filing can be very large. The GM S1 filing, for example, is 700 pages. Well, the thing is, you don't have to read all that. You don't really have to look at that. And the universe of microcap stocks is very large, and you just have to look for a few things, and then if that's positive, then you can look underneath, you know, the hood.
Sure. You know, I talk to a lot of folks, you know, daily in regards to potential opportunities that are in the marketplace, and you know, we run into walls a lot in regards to, you know, individuals that have a set portfolio that they've followed for many years, that's worked for them, but is not working for them anymore. So they're looking for other aspects of what should I do with my money? Where can I get the most out of my dollar? Of course, for me, our organization, you know, we specialize in finding undervalued infrastructures, companies that are microcap. You know, a prime example is AVT Inc. in Corona, a technology-based company that's actually our featured stock right now. How would that compare, in your opinion, to just a general overview of what you would, what you'd say to an investor as far as their opinion on a microcap stock, maybe not being as good as you would like them, or you know, as far as you know, you would give them information to look at in regards to investment that you feel strongly about, but maybe they might not feel as strong about it because they've had bad runnings with microcap companies, or they're not going to do what they say they're going to do, or it's a pump and dump, or you know, all of the things that we hear. You know, how would you answer that?
That's another good question. So let me give you three basic criteria that are really easy, really straightforward. Anybody can do it. You don't have to be an MBA in finance. This is really easy. And by the way, it's the same criteria that when I look at a new IPO, and I look at a lot of them, and I have to get to the bottom line quickly and cut through the clutter, this is what I look at. First of all, are they in a growing market? Is the market segment growing? If the market segment is declining, you really don't want to mess with them. So is the market segment growing? Yes. And in the case of ABT, it is growing. Secondly, you want to look at the gross margin. Is it a good gross margin company? GM, for example, has a gross margin of 12.8%. Amazon has a gross margin of 24%, which kind of surprises people. So you want a gross margin that's higher. Second criteria. The third criteria is, have they been profitable? And have they been profitable in the last 2 years? The last 2 years have not been kind to a lot of companies. And it's been very difficult for a number of reasons for companies. Their markets aren't growing, the consumers aren't spending, financing is hard. So if you can find a company that has had good top-line revenue growth and is profitable the last couple of years, which ABT has, then that definitely requires another look, another good look.
Sure.
Because sometimes you can predict the future by looking at the recent success past. And in this case, I think that's true not only for IPOs, I think it's also true for emerging companies. And it's in the microcap area, you're really looking for emerging companies. You know, how well have they done? And the idea of startups doesn't appeal to a lot of investors. But if it's a proven company with good sales, top-line revenue increase, profitability, good gross margins, then that actually it goes in the category of a safer investment. It's not quite as speculative.
Sure.
But the upside could be very large if they can continue to drive the growth of the market, which AVT can, and they increase their market share.
Sure. Your IPO desktop site, anything new that we would be able to see on there in regards to any other IPOs that you're looking at, besides, of course, the GM IPO? Anything else that we could see there that is interesting?
Well, yes. I mean, there is a report up there right now on a preliminary report on GM's IPO. It's kind of interesting to read. And then there's a report for the last month and a half of reports for IPOs. We call them IPO reports. And there are a number of companies there that are very interesting. There was one that came, it's called Make My Trip. It's the largest online travel agency in India. The trend there is to go from to real travel agencies to online, just like it's happened in the U.S. So the other thing that you look at is for trends, major macro trends. And in that case, major macro trend helped that IPO do very well. It was up 67% in the first day. And getting back to AVT, there is a major macro trend where retailers want automatic product dispensing machines. They get higher revenue per square foot. Their loss is a lot less. It's more automated, and so automated retailing can apply to iPods. It can apply to perfume. It can apply to board shorts. It's just a great way to increase the efficiency of retailing, and large retailers are very interested in that, and manufacturers are very interested in that.
Sure.
So I'm interested in that growing segment, and we'll be following that too.
Sure. Well, Francis, I want to thank you for being here with me today. I look forward to sitting with you again to find out a little bit more in the future what some of these companies have to hold. For more information on Francis, you can go to IPOdesktop.com, as well as information on our featured stock here at CNN Cap News. You can call us for more information to get your login codes, and we'd like to thank you for your time. Francis, thank you so much.
Thank you.